Santiago de Cuba is the island nation's second biggest city and considered the capital of the MZ motorcycle, built in communist-era East Germany. The city is home to 500,000 people and over 10,000 MZs, over half of Santiago's motorbike population. The unique connection to the MZ goes back to the 1980s, when several thousand of the bikes were brought back to the Caribbean by Cubans living in East Germany.
This is an original MZ from Germany. A very good product that's accompanied me for many years now, and right now I'm trying to completely redo it. I bought it in Magdeburg in 1982. I just love it. It's a bike that has a really good reputation in Cuba.
Back then it cost him 4,150 East German marks. Today it's valued at up to $10,000 US.
This certificate for good results in training.
Back in the 70s and 80s, the MZ was one of East Germany's top export products in over 100 countries.
Die 250 Kubikzentimeter MZ Trophy Sport aus Zschopau. Für Männer, die fahren können.
We soon became motorbike fans. We were earning decent money. And when we realised we had the chance to buy one, we talked to embassy staff and our superiors all the way up to the government. And for a while, they allowed us to import the bikes.
Around 30,000 Cubans were sent to fellow communist country East Germany. A large number took the opportunity to buy and bring back home an MZ. And the vast majority of the bikes are still on the road today, which explains their abundance here. And there are plenty of repair shops here, often in residential buildings. Many specialise in particular parts, like shock absorbers, carburetors and batteries. Amelio's niche is engines for the MZ ETZ 250.
This is the only mark I wanted to work with, not the Java or Minsk, just the ETZ 250.
The MZ proved to be more robust than other brands from Eastern Europe.
This model knows no limit. As long as you treat it well, you'll find a solution to any problem.
Today I want to get this bike finished. It might take me until the afternoon, but that's the plan. I need the parts to fit and the juice to stay on, and everything to work.
This bike was built in 1979, and I've had it since I bought it in 1985. It's been 15 years since it last needed repairing, and now I'm back here again.
¿Se fue la corriente?
¿Por qué?
¿Cómo que por qué? Vamos frenado.
Power outages are common in Cuba, and not something people get worked up about. Amelio has motorbike parts stored all around the building, including throughout his apartment.
These are all spare parts. Down here are engine blocks belonging to customers. Here's one, and another.
With the power out, Amelio's schedule for the day is not going to work out. Cuba's roads are mostly on the old side, unpaved or full of potholes. But that's no problem for the MZ. Its no-frills construction is an advantage, and owners can do a lot of the repairs themselves. Maintenance is also straightforward. Something Roger Alejandro does every week.
¿Y qué tiene la moto?
Nada.
¿Y qué está haciendo?
Echándole la grasa, dándole mantenimiento para la cadena de transmisión tenga más vida.
And durability matters due to the dearth of spare parts. The MZ factory in East Germany became insolvent and shut down in 1991. Since then, Cubans have had to get by with replica parts. The alternative is adapting components from other brands. As a result, Cubans have become world-beating amateur bike mechanics. And that's why Roger, too, has never had any problems with his machine. Cuba has relatively few cars and frequent gasoline shortages, while local transport is often of the two-wheeled variety. We make a trek out of Santiago to this tropical garden to see Armando David Perez Fernandez, or Mandy. He specialises in exhaust pipes and mufflers. The US embargo forced people to get creative. And in his case, to recycle.
We do everything new, bending, welding, bending back, and then installing. Like here. We collect old sheet metal parts. This bit is from a bus. There's a real shortage of material, so we take what other people throw away and we reuse it.
Like these parts from decommissioned buses. Nothing is thrown away here.
I'm here because my bike's exhaust has been clogged up for a while. It's not running well and needs cleaning. I was happy with the service here a few years ago. Quality work, quality materials, and good customer care. The problem is a general one. We have no materials, no money, no anything. So we have to get innovative. But at least we're healthy.
We will get new materials again. Who knows when, but eventually.
As elsewhere, in Cuba they say hope springs eternal. And customer Jose Jimenez is at least happy to be back on the road again. Friday is Bike Wash Day in Cuba. With the weekend coming up, preparations include giving your wheels a good lathering up. The gleaming machines emerge from their weekly clean looking brand new, despite being well over 3 decades old.
It's the hottest bike in Cuba and the most valuable.
They're the most durable and they run forever. And the ladies love them.
Over 2.5 million MZs were built until the demise of East Germany in 1990.
Es geht hier nicht zu schnell, es geht ums Fahren. Für Urlaub und Camping MZ 175 und 250 Kubikzentimeter aus Zschopau. Leistungsfähig, zuverlässig.
And just like in the old ad, Cubans today ride their MZ down to the beach for some weekend fun. Or, as in Jorge and his family's case, to mark a special occasion. In this case, a birthday.
We're celebrating my wife's birthday.
Do you do this often?
We like coming to the beach because it's quiet and a pleasant place to be.
I love MZs because they're fast, don't need much gas, they're small and good for getting around. Just great. Her brother-in-law is also a big fan.
I've had this bike for over 12 years now, one of the best to ever be imported here. It's dependable and economical. It's all original parts, and the few other components are high quality and almost like original parts.
The festivities continue with a picnic by the beach, in traditional Cuban style. The weekend is always busy for Emilio. He shares a small house with his mum and plays trumpet in a local band, but as he lives outside of town, he needs transportation.
I'm off to see a friend who has a motorbike. Hopefully I can hitch a ride.
Except his pal has rented out his MZ.
We're waiting for another bike. My friend made some calls and says someone will be coming to pick me up in a moment.
Emilio has to be patient. The first motorbike taxi is already occupied, and the second one doesn't stop. But eventually, the rider who was ordered arrives. So finally, Emilio can head off to downtown Santiago, and a concert that evening. Outdoors and free of charge. Here in Santiago de Cuba, they affectionately call the MZs Motocicletas Alemán, or German motorcycles. There are about 10 to 15,000 of them in the city. Together, they constitute a kind of mobile museum of East German biking heritage. And as the sun goes down, Emilio has arrived. The concert begins at 7 p.m. on the dot here outside the cathedral, a traditional venue for live music. Later that same night, the party crowd descend on the harbour area. And here too, the MZ is omnipresent. A classic bike with a cult following in Cuba. Let us know what you thought of this story in the comments, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you next time!